was not going to make the playoffs in the Newcastle Falcons. It's pretty hard to make up those games. See Brad Rosen again driving hard for the basket.
Rosen rising to the occasion.
Brad Rosen, yeah, I can remember him the first time I saw him step onto the court at the Kingdome. He was hard to miss, even though he was short on stature, he was big on heart. He was always kind of this little guy, but very energetic, explosive, worked his tail off obviously, and quickly became his fan favourite.
Why not Brad Rosen, who is...
It's a great story about Sydney basketball. This is a kid who grew up in the Sydney Comets Association, City of Sydney Association. He was a Sydney Supersonics fan, so he goes back to that. And when the Sydney Kings were formed in 1988, that first season, he immediately was a fan and he was at every home game, but he wanted nothing more as a young guy who was a good player at association level, a good player at representative level, to become a Sydney King. It's all he ever really wanted in his life from a professional basketball standpoint.
And Sydney
He
once
was
again
unselfish, he was more of a set-up guy, but he could go. Being inducted into the Ring of Honour is very special. This was a guy that ended up becoming an assistant coach on the first two championship teams in 2003 and 2004. He's since become a guy that's also now become a really good commentator, really good media person, but for him, and I know it'll mean a lot to him and his family, it will mean everything, without a doubt.